What's going on YouTube? It's Flock Nation Fumbles, and today we have another video. We're going to be doing the Week 6 NFL game predictions today. First off, we're going to start with tonight's game at Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. Last week, the Eagles lost their first game to the Denver Broncos. They let them come back. I think the Eagles were up like 17-3 in the game. Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith were the leaders for passing and receiving, and J.K. Dobbins was the leader for rushing. And then we had the New York Giants lose to Spencer Rattler and the New Orleans Saints. My prediction, before I do my predictions, I went 6-8 for last Sunday's predictions, and my total record for game predictions since week 4 is 15 wins, 14 wrong picks, and a tie off of the Packers and Cowboys, I believe. But carrying on, I believe the Eagles are going to bounce back against the Giants. It is a division game, but I feel like Jackson Dart is going to have trouble dealing with this Philadelphia defense. Yeah, the Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles should pull out the win for that one. Excuse, my dogs are losing their minds right now, barking at the wind. So just mind that. Next up, we have the 9:30 a.m. game in London. It's going to be the Denver Broncos taking the New York Jets. Like I said earlier, the Denver Broncos defeated the Philadelphia Eagles and gave their first loss of the season. And then they're playing the Justin Fields winless Jets. Jets, they might be one of the worst teams this year. That case is to be seen. I feel like Denver's going to take them. Let's go Denver 27, New York 10. And then for the game before that, the Eagles will win 27-14 against the Giants. After that, the Arizona Cardinals will be taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. Arizona gave up a win to the Titans to give the Titans their first win of the season, and the Colts trounced the Las Vegas Raiders 40-6 last week. I think Kyler Murray might be out of the game or is day-to-day because he did suffer an injury against the Titans. But I just believe, regardless of if he's in or not, the Colts are just going to be too much for him and the Arizona Cardinals. I believe the Colts put a whooping on them and beat them like 34-17. After that, we had the Los Angeles Chargers up against the Miami Dolphins. Miami basically gave the game away to Carolina last week. And like I've heard, there's some internal conflicts with it's either the team owner or the GM and Mike McDonald, the head coach for the Dolphins. Chargers lost a pretty tough game to the Commanders, but I still feel like they're a very good team and in charge. But I'm going to go with the Chargers here, beating Miami 24 to let's go 16. After that, we have the New England Patriots at the New Orleans Saints. This could be an interesting game, to say the least. Who did New England? Was New England on the bye last week? No, they played. Who did they play? Oh, they beat Buffalo. Okay. Yeah, New England beat Buffalo, gave Buffalo their first loss of the season, and New Orleans beat. New Orleans got their first win and beat the Giants. So this should be an interesting game, I think. I feel like New England will, their confidence is boosted by beating Buffalo, so they might have a chip on the shoulder here. I think they take care of the Saints, and they win. I feel this is probably gonna be a low-scoring game as well, so I'm gonna have them win by field goal, 17-14 against New Orleans. After that, we have a divisional game. We have the Browns going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Browns got trounced by the Lions last week. That was a given. Lions is one of the best teams in the league currently. But their defense is good. Pittsburgh had the bye week last week. They're sitting at 3-1 at the top of the North. This is going to be a very close, tough divisional game. I feel like Pittsburgh's going to pull it out real close. I feel like it's going to be like 20-17, like low scoring. After that, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Dallas won against they beat the Jets last week, and Carolina beat Miami. I feel like Dallas is just gonna like beat this team. Like it's not gonna be close. It's gonna probably be a carbon copy of like last week against the Jets. I feel like they're gonna win like 30, probably like 40-22, like some type of a game. Next, we have a pretty interesting matchup for the 1 o'clock game on Fox. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seattle had a very nice game against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they just couldn't pull it off. They lost 38-35. And then we have Jacksonville and the Prince, who beat the Chiefs, and we all saw the crazy touchdown by Trevor Lawrence where he fell on the ground, got back up and scored the winning touchdown. This one's kind of tough. I'm going to give it to Jacksonville, but I think it's going to be another close game. I think it's going to be like 30-23 Jacksonville. After that, the last 1 o'clock game, we have the Los Angeles Rams going to the Baltimore Ravens. Hear me out. Like I love the Ravens to death. Like I've been a fan for 18 years. But this is the worst I've ever seen for a Ravens defense as in my time as a fan. They can't stop anybody. Like at this point, I believe like a pee-wee football team could probably score on this defense. They just look so confused out there. Like the Rams lost barely to the 49ers on Thursday, and they've had like extra days to prepare, so they were probably watching that game against Houston Texans, and like they were licking their chops at what they're going to be able to do Sunday. Cooper Rush, he threw 3 interceptions. Like, that's bad. Derrick Henry continues to struggle with the ground game. Yeah, like it's just not looking good for Baltimore right now. And like we traded Odafe away for a Chargers player. I forgot his name. And then we also have like Gardner Johnson that we signed to our practice squad. Lamar, he most likely still won't play for this game. He'll be rested, and he'll probably be back for the Bears game after the bye. And then we also have like Roquan Smith and Marlon Humphrey still out. Kyle Hamilton might be practicing, or he might still be out, but we still have like significant people out of the game. And the Rams, their offense is good. Like they have Puka, Nacua, and they have Devontae. They have like a really good running back, and Matt Stafford's like crazy. I I feel like we get trounced this game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna be close. Like, I think they're gonna drop another 40 on our defense, like Houston did. And like Houston's offense isn't really that great. So I'm gonna say they beat us like 42-17, which hurts. It honestly hurts. Like it's tough being a Ravens fan right now. I'm not gonna lie. But I'll segue into more positive talking points. The next game after that, the first 4 o'clock game, it's gonna be the Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders. Tennessee got their first win last Sunday in a hard-fought battle against the Cardinals. They came back. They put their rally caps on. Cam Ward put his Superman cape on. They had a crazy, fumble that came into a touchdown or whatever. But yeah, they play the Raiders. The Raiders just aren't a good football team right now. They might be like in contention of like the #1 draft pick this year, along with the Jets. I feel like Tennessee is going to start their win streak here. Their schedule gets easier. I feel like they beat the Raiders. They're going to beat them 24-14. After that, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Green Bay Packers. Cincinnati lost to... Who did they lose to? They lost 37-24 to Detroit. So, sorry, Cleveland lost to Minnesota. Let me just make that... Cleveland did lose to the Lions like 2 weeks ago. That's what I was thinking. But the Bengals lost to the Lions. Jake Browning did better than his first 2 games as a starter since Joe Burrow was out, but they still got trounced by the Lions. They traded for Joe Flacco, so Joe Flacco will be starting against the Packers this week, but I still think that it's not going to be enough. Green Bay is going to beat them very, very easily. I believe they beat them 30-14. After that, we have a pretty interesting last game for the 4 o'clock schedule. We have San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Niners came up with the win on Thursday night, or last Thursday, against the Rams. And then Tampa Bay and Baker, they won against Seattle Seahawks. This could be a pretty good, tight, fun game to watch. But I feel like Baker's going to win at home. 49ers, they are still kind of like a little injured. I feel like Tampa Bay is going to win 27-20 against the Niners. And then for the 8 o'clock game, we have a very good matchup. The Detroit Lions up against the Kansas City Chiefs and Arrowhead. Kansas City lost to Jacksonville. They're now 2-3. Detroit is 4-1, I believe. Yep, they are 4-1. Their only loss was Week 1 to the Packers. We'll see how Kansas City's defense does against Detroit's offense. This will be a very good test to see what these 2 juggernauts of each conference are like against formidable foes. I feel like Detroit probably wins this one. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. I don't think it'll be a blowout, even though Detroit's offense is going to... I think Detroit's offense is probably like the best in the league right now. But I believe this is going to be pretty high scoring, even though like both defenses are pretty good. I'm going to give Detroit the win 34 to Kansas City's 30. And then we have 2 Monday Night Football games. We have the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons at 7:15. Yeah, this one's not going to be even close. It's kind of crazy, like how the Bills got like a cookie cutter, like easy ass schedule. They're basically going to get groomed for like the number one seed in the AFC. Like there's no doubt about it. But the Buffalo did lose their first game against the Patriots. But I don't believe that it's going to carry on into this week. Buffalo is going to beat Atlanta like 40-21. It's going to be pretty high scoring and not even close. And the last game of the week, the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. This could be potentially a good game. Chicago was on a bye, so they got extra prep to prepare for the Commanders. The Commanders beat the Chargers pretty handsomely. I feel like the Washington Commanders will win this one in a close shootout game. I feel like Caleb Williams is going to have a good game in this one. I feel like Washington's going to win 27-20 against the Chicago Bears. And there's two teams that have a bye this week, the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. And that is it for the video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.